Hi, I am Cesar Santos. Tonight, I have a strong, important message for any type of artist out there. For the lovers of modernism, for the teachers, the writers, or all of you interested exclusively in the philosophical and verbal type of art. All the Duchamp followers who agree that art should not be retinal, should not please the eye, and keep fighting and questioning against the idea of what art has been throughout the ages. The young art students are not listening in the same way anymore. We are entering into a world of questioning, interacting, challenging authority, and looking at what they do rather than what they say, rather than what they are telling us to do. Art cannot continue to be dictated by the so-called connoisseurs and cannot keep ignoring the retinal response of the general public. If people don't like a certain type of art, usually the response from the establishment is that they are ignorant, that they don't understand that type of art, and that's why they don't like it. So I encourage everyone to stop saying when you don't like something that you don't understand it, because in fact what's happening is that you're not liking it. Art, whether you understand it or not, you should be able to like it or not. In music, we all don't understand the lyrics all of the time, but we still can like it. We appreciate the sound and the expression of that art. And the same goes for opera, dance, architecture, acting. If we like it, we don't have to understand it. Sometimes we understand it and we don't like it. The establishment wants you to think that if you don't like it, it's because you don't understand it. Therefore, they are above you. Have you noticed that other forms of art speak directly to the people? Yes, they have critics, they have venues, they have experts, but at the end, it's a communication between the artist's form of expression, the artist's identity, and society. In music, the artist appeals to the general public. Similarly, dance and theater strive to make appealing art forms. Art is a theoretical and physical expression, a creative expression from humans to humans with the intent to please. The best type of art in any genre happens when the creator is searching for his or her truth. The goal of art is to enrich the culture by questioning the establishment, to raise people's awareness, to raise their spirit, to inspire them. Michelangelo painted for the Pope or the Medicis, but the ultimate goal was to influence culture, to influence the people. Van Dyck painted for the king, but only to receive the people's admiration. And Rembrandt painted for the wealthy patrons because they wanted to see themselves transcending their physical appearance into the universal vocabulary of art for people to enjoy. Williams Bouguereau painted for all of us directly, with such a power that only a few could have the capacity to own and purchase his original art. Something curious happened in the 19th century that led in part to this modern idea that we still have today. The moment that the Impressionists were rejected by the academies, by the establishment, even by the people of their time, they started to paint more and more for themselves and for their colleagues, to the point that they gathered themselves in the salon of the Refusés to show each individual artist's point of view, each individual manner of painting. They didn't care about the people's response to their work. They disregarded the academic principles and were only focused on themselves, their group, and anyone who could support them. That attitude kept growing till more artists became more introspective, more eccentric than ever before, creating art for the critics and the philosophers who would support and push that idea. Breaking away from the art of the past, creating minds like, for instance, Duchamp, who himself admitted to be against art, against the retinal type of art. He was ultimately accepted by the intellectuals who kept pushing that idea and pushing artists to play the game of selfishness, to make art for themselves. And that grew to become the establishment, the schools of today. These contemporary art schools keep telling the students to not paint for anybody else, not the collectors, not the people, except of course to make their art for their teachers, their institution, who would develop the artists and approve of them. So the whole structure goes like this. Do it for us, the teachers, the schools, the curators, the galleries, and in turn, we'll make an effort to sell it for you. I propose the idea of creating art for our human growth, to push the standards beyond a certain trend, to educate the students in conceptual art as well as its technical values, to include, to unify all great art has offered, from its technical executions to the philosophical propositions, to return visual art to the viewer's retinal response. The artist has to have the personal voice, his own style, but that is a given in all forms of art. Make art from yourself instead of for yourself. Let the artists, teachers, galleries, critics honor art as it existed throughout. Be critical, demand excellence, and develop your voice through an in-depth analysis of your work. That will be the way to transcend the norm, to awaken something new, to offer artistic value to our time. Let's wrap this video up. Don't follow the norm. Develop the form of expression, the song for the eyes the universe holds in the skies.